Hi guys, welcome to my channel, Pink Sky Tarot. I'm Elle. Special hello to my subscribers. Thank you so much for being here. And if you are new here, please come join us. Also, be sure to check me out on Instagram as I do daily guidance posts over there that you won't see here. And if you're interested in booking a personal reading with me, just send an email to pinkskytarot@gmail.com and I will send you the information. My Instagram handle and email are down in the description box for you. All right, guys. The readings over the past few days have been pretty heavy. There's been lots of sad and kind of negative, lower energy. So today, especially in the masculines readings, and then we did the shadow work video yesterday for the feminine. So if you found that, I hope you found that helpful. But today we're going to focus on positive energy, how to stay in high vibrations and keeping positive energy when you're going through especially a difficult or stressful situation. Okay. Tomorrow and Saturday I will be posting the twin flame readings by zodiac sign. I'm very curious to see what the messages are going to be in those, because again, as I said, the energy this week has been very sad and heavy, so I'm curious to see what's going to come out for each different scenario. So definitely come back and check those out. All right, so let's start with, how are we going to keep high vibrational on a daily basis? What are things we can do to stay in high vibes, positive energy on a daily basis? Okay. All right, Spirit. How can we stay in high vibes and positive energy on a daily basis? Okay. All right, let's see what we have here. All right. So we have a time to give rather than take. This has come out in almost all the videos I did this week. Nothing is yet set in stone, and don't let pride get in your way. So pretty straightforward here, I feel. Always be giving to others, but at the same time, don't let people take from you. You want to be giving, you want to be loving and generous to those around you, but you also need to have your boundaries so that people aren't taking from you. I was watching a video the other day and she said this quote, and I thought it was just probably the greatest thing I've ever heard, because I definitely can relate. But she said, the givers need to have limits because the takers don't. And I was like, oh my God, that's so true. So yes, make sure you are being giving and that you're not taking from others, and also don't let people take from you. Make sure you have your boundaries. How can you give more in your life? How can you give more to your family members? How can you give more to your romantic partner? How can you give more to your job and your hobbies and yourself? How can you give more to yourself? And then also make sure you're not taking from others. It's okay to accept help from others and generosity from others. Just make sure it's coming from a good place and you're not taking. And also make sure you're not taking from yourself, overextending your energy, giving too much too often without those limits. Okay, I'm probably going to say that quote again because, oh my gosh, it's so true. All right, and remember that nothing is set in stone. The future is not finite, and there's almost anything can be changed. Things are malleable, things can shift, things can move. So if you're in a stressful situation or something has come up that is causing you anxiety, stress, draining your energy, just know that it's not permanent and things can change. So keeping that mindset that yes, this is happening and it's unpleasant, but things can change. The future isn't finite. You can always move things around. And then don't let pride get in your way. Stay out of ego, stay out of pride, especially if somebody is coming to you and they need something from you, like help or just, I don't know. This is a scenario that's coming into my mind. If somebody's coming to you and they did something that was maybe hurtful to you in the past, you don't want to keep yourself completely blocked off to them because maybe they're ready to apologize or maybe they want to fix things or something like that. Don't let pride get in your way. Don't let pride prevent you from helping others as well. Maybe your boss wants you to do something at work that you see as beneath you. Your boss needs help. And as long as they're not taking from you, and generally genuinely need your assistance, then go do it. But if they're taking from you, that's different, okay? So it's just balancing give and take, remembering that everything can change and not getting in an ego and pride mindset. If you feel yourself getting into pride and ego, just kind of check it, okay? And pull it back. So that's how we're going to stay in high vibrations on a daily basis. Of course, this is not easy. This is going to take lots of practice, especially probably the pride and the giving of the boundaries and things like that. It's going to take practice. It's going to take time to develop. So I think if you become conscious of it, be like, all right, I need to give more here. I need to have some boundaries here. I always react with pride and ego in this type of situation. So it's just like getting conscious of your behaviors and then evolving them to where they're more positive. It's going to help you stay in high vibes and positive energy on a daily basis. Okay. So what are some activities or practices that we can partake in or utilize to help strengthen high positive energy? What are some activities or practices we can utilize to stay in high vibes and positive energy? Or help strengthen it, I should say. Because this is what we're going to do on a daily basis to stay. So what's some things we can do to strengthen positive energy and high vibrations? Oop. There we go. And one more. All right. I like the two cards that I can see. Let's see what this one is. Yeah. Enchanted, Childlike Wonder, Fae, Gateways. So with this card, what are things we can do to stay in high vibrations and positive energy? Try to look at the world through the eyes of a child. Try and see the wonderment and the magic in the world. I'm seeing like a kid watching bugs crawling on the ground and just being fascinated by the bugs, the little things, taking joy in that, getting out of cynicism, always assuming something's going to go bad or seeing the negative sides of things. Children don't really do that. Children don't see the negative aspects of things. They're in wonderment, right? So try it. I would take time out of the day to enjoy something through the eyes of a child. Childlike wonderment. Sitting outside and watching butterflies. Playing with your pets or your dog or your cat, just in a very joyful way. Having a conversation with a stranger and not I'm trying to think of the words, like talking to somebody random and just having a joyful conversation with them. You know how kids are just like instantly friends? They can go to the park and meet a kid and just spend hours playing with them and then never see them again. Like maybe go to a park or in a coffee shop and just strike up a conversation with a random stranger and talk about life and the positive things going on, or maybe even be a listening ear if they're having some issues. So it's like getting in that childlike wonderment of the world, seeing the world through more purity. Okay, and then we have compassion. Being compassionate towards yourself, towards others, especially towards people in situations that are difficult for you to understand or you just don't get along with. Okay? We have nurture, giving, love, life. So that's also being compassionate to yourself, but just exercising compassion, as often as you can. It's like when you see a homeless person and you automatically have a negative thought. Try to have positive thoughts towards that person. Try to understand what they're going through, what's happening on their side of life, how they ended up in that situation. Or maybe you have a neighbor that is just extremely annoying. Try to see things through their eyes. Why are they behaving this way? have compassion for their situation and why they're like this. Okay, so it's just learning how to be compassionate for people and situations that you normally wouldn't. I feel like that's important because you don't want to be carrying around negative energy. You don't want to see someone or hear about a situation and automatically have a negative thought. You want to try and have a more positive thought. Okay, so we have solitude, contemplation, quiet, clarity, renewal. I say this in a lot of my readings, especially personal readings where people are learning how to deal with stressful situations, or if they're going through a hard time. This message comes out all the time. Find time for yourself where you can be quiet within your own mind and nobody bothers you. If that means going in your room and shutting the door and meditating for 20 to 30 minutes a day, do that. If you can go to a park and sit in the quiet for 20 to 30 minutes a day, it doesn't take a lot of time. Do that. Take a warm bath with the door shut and the lights very dimmed. Just finding quiet time where you're all by yourself and you can be alone with your thoughts. Okay, probably when you first start doing this, you'll have a lot of racing thoughts. You'll be focusing on the anxiety, the negative things that are going on in your life, the things you need to take care of, your to-do list. But the more you do it, the more you spend quiet time with yourself, the easier it'll be to get in a space of quiet where your mind isn't constantly running, where you can just sit there in peace. Okay, and that's what you need. Renewal, contemplation, clarity. Okay, so these are some things you can do. You can practice, some skills you can utilize to start raising your vibrations. The biggest thing is like not automatically having a negative thought when you hear about something or someone either in your life or in the world, or that's an issue that's coming into your life. Try not to automatically go to a negative space. And if you are having trouble with that, then this is when the quiet time is going to be very important. You're like, I'm feeling lots of negative energy around the situation in my life. I need to go in my room and shut the door and nobody talk to me for 30 minutes and just be quiet. Okay. Sometimes meditation music can help, just relaxing music, just something where you're at peace and nobody is disrupting you. Okay. All right. So now let's see. How do we address stressful situations or people? So even if you're practicing these things every day, you're working on your give and take balance, you're recognizing and reminding yourself that things can always change, and you are working on your pride and your ego. You're trying to have a more positive outlook and not have a negative reaction. Like if you're doing all of these things every day and finding solitude and quiet for yourself, you're still going to encounter stressful situations. That's just the way life is, okay? So what are we going to do, and how can we address a stressful situation when it arises, or people? How do we address stressful situations in ways that will raise our vibrations and keep us in positive energy? See, I know what this goose is about. Yeah. All right, we have Wolverine. You are tougher than you think. You can handle this. Whatever the situation is that's coming at you, you can handle it. So keep your confidence up. Be this Wolverine. They are scrappy little animals, right? They're not very big, but they are not afraid to take something on, right? So don't be afraid. You can handle whatever it is that's thrown at you. So if you're feeling like, oh my God, this is too much, I can't do it, get in this Wolverine energy and think, I'm tougher than I think I am. I got this. All right, you have the Condor. You're too enmeshed in the situation. So step back and see the bigger picture before making any decisions and taking action. This is a great advice. In a stressful situation, high stress situations, sometimes we get in anxiety and we make irrational decisions too quickly because we just want to like push things along and get it over with. So take that deep breath, take a step back, look at the bigger picture. Condors are flying way up in the sky. They see the whole scope of things, right? They see everything that's below them, and then they then they decide what they want to go after, right? So look at the bigger picture here. Take time to breathe and look at it from afar. Don't get so entangled in it that you make decisions quickly without thinking. And then we have this goose. Take time to rest and recuperate rather than continuing your striving. And it landed right here on this solitude. So I was talking about, okay, if you get in a stressful situation and you're finding yourself getting too enmeshed in trying to make decisions very rapidly without a lot of information or on impulse, go sit somewhere quietly and think about it. Be it in solitude. Don't get yourself so worked up that you can't make positive decisions. You need to think about things clearly so you can make a decision with your intuition, with your gut, with what makes sense, rather than on impulse. Okay? So, yep, if you find yourself in a stressful situation, remember, I got this. Take a step back and look at the whole picture, and then make decisions on a rested mind, body, and soul rather than on impulse. Okay. What can we do if we catch ourselves in low energy? Okay, nobody is perfect. Even if you are doing all these activities and utilizing these skills every single day, like I said, you can't help yourself from getting into stressful situations. Life is just stressful. And you also will find yourself in low energy from time to time because we are human beings and it happens, okay? So, what do we do if we catch ourselves in low energy? All right, we have be spontaneous, we have dreaming, and we have the future. So if we catch ourselves in low energy, with this be spontaneous card, I feel like that's saying take notice of it. Don't sit in it. And do something to pull yourself out of it if you can immediately. If you can't, then say you're in the middle of work and you found yourself in a very stressful situation and then it puts you into low energy. You can't really do anything about it until maybe you leave work. So in your mind, have a spontaneous thought of, okay, I need to make sure when I get home from work, I sit in the quiet of my room and nobody bothers me for 30 minutes so that I don't continue to sit in this low vibrational energy. There can also be, I always talk about going out into nature. So if you catch yourself in low energy, maybe you need to take a spontaneous trip. Get out of the city if you live in the city, or if you live out in the more rural area, just get outside and go for a walk. Or if you can leave your town or wherever it is just for the day, just to get somewhere new, to be in a different environment, then I would do that if you can. And it doesn't have to be, you don't have to take a whole trip. You can just leave somewhere for the day. Where I live, we can drive about 2 hours and be in a completely different environment. And then I can go for a hike for the day, sit by some water, sit in the trees, cooler temperatures, and then at the end of the day, I can come home. So if that's something you can do for yourself on like a day that you have off from work, then I would do it. Take that spontaneous trip out of town, go reconnect with nature. Nature is usually very quiet. It's away from people and you're leaving the environment that you're in. So that's pretty good. So we have the dreaming. Okay. It's like saying, make sure. This feels like it's going back to that childlike wonderment. Okay, if you catch yourself in low vibe energy, take some time to be in a daydreamy state. Sit outside on your porch and watch those butterflies. Go talk to a random stranger and have a conversation about nothing, or, be their listening ear if they need it. Again, back to that compassion. It's just getting out. Like, a dream state is usually relaxing and it's kind of like flowy kind of feeling, like daydreaming. So you want to get yourself in like this relaxed, dreamy state. Okay. If you're catching yourself in low energy, think about things that make you happy. Think about things that put a smile on your face, things like that. And then the future. know that you're not going to be in this low energy forever. It's just a phase. Okay, the future is bright. The future is always better. She's looking in this little bubble. It looks like a crystal ball, right? This little funk that you're in is not going to last forever. So just remind yourself it's just temporary. So you're not sitting in the negative energy for too long. The future is always bright. And then we have this, nothing is set in stone, okay? This energy that you're in right now is not forever. It can change in the future. It will change in the future, especially if you are catching yourself and practicing these things every day. The easier it's going to be to stay in the higher energy. And then when you do catch yourself in a low spot, you'll be able to move out of it more quickly. Okay? All right. So let's get some guidance here for positive energy, for staying positive, staying high vibe. All right. Can we get some guidance cards for staying in positive energy? Or just being positive. And one more, please. There we go. Yeah. Okay. So we have protection, airment, strengthen, boundaries, aura. That was the boundaries I was talking about with the give rather than take card. Make sure you're protecting yourself from negative situations, negative people. If you need to have strong boundaries with somebody because they're always draining your energy, don't be afraid to put up a boundary with somebody. If you need to completely remove them, don't be afraid to remove them. If you are working in a toxic work environment and you go there every day just hating it and you come home completely drained, it might be time to move on. Protect your energy. Okay, protect your energy. Be careful of who you're giving it to. Be careful that nobody is taking it. And then we have uncover, dowsing, pendulum, answers, integrity. Uncover your spirituality is what I'm hearing. Uncover what your soul path is. And then we have direction here. I was about to say what direction you want to go in. True calling, life path. Make sure you're going in the right direction. Make sure the things you're doing in your life are a positive impact. Uncover your truth. Uncover the truths around you. It's just being highly aware of what's going on in your environment and how it affects you. Okay, this thing happens and it's very draining on me. I need to do something about it. This thing happens and it makes me feel very good, makes me feel very positive. So I'm going to put some more energy into that, bring more of that into my life. It's just kind of like making adjustments of the things that are, pushing the negative things out and bringing more of the positive things in. Okay, make sure you're on the right path. You're headed where you want to go. You're protecting yourself and you are not keeping things hidden. Uncover. If there's negative feelings inside of you, get rid of them. Purge them out. Find those positive feelings. You have positive energy inside you already. You just need to tap into it and strengthen it. Okay? All right, I'm going to leave the reading here for today. I hope you guys found it helpful, and I'll see you guys tomorrow and Saturday for the Twin Flame zodiac readings, and have a good day. Bye.